Ladies and gentlemen, it's another episode, another time, another opportunity to come on this network on our favorite day, Wednesday, for Anime Unlock. I am your host, Black David, aka CBN Tech Talk, soon to be aka Black Heart, aka Beer Paw, with my co-host Wally. Another interesting episode on Anime Unlock. Now, before we hit the topic today, I talked to my co-host about this just a while ago, and I found it something to interesting to talk about today, which is a shocker, but it's interesting. Today, no, it wasn't today. I found on my feed it took place 2 days ago, so to speak, right? And this happened in the state of Texas. I don't know how this sound or how this may be, but it just let me know something don't make any sense anymore. I want you guys to listen. I will put it from an article. I look up two websites that had something about this. The first article came from a site known as Otaku USA Magazine. The second site seemed to be more in detailed. It's called Scene Rant. And the title is Anime censorship hit new high at proposed U.S. law will make watching some show illegal. Hmm. I saw the video on my feed from my YouTube, from a Facebook group. That guy talking about it. I thought it was a joke, and I think, oh, we're gonna have this conversation with my co-host today before we get to the main topic, right? And I thought I'd think about it. What this bill is all about? What does it really mean? So I look it up, and I'm reading it from the second side, Screen Rant. And then what they say, I hope you guys are listening because this don't make no goddamn sense whatsoever. Trust me when I say this, guy. A proposed Texas law aiming to curb media depicting minor inappropriate situations has far-reaching consequences for anime industry, and the result could be that many beloved series are declared outright illegal in the Lone Star state known as Texas. Yeehaw, yippee whatever. According to the report by Decto, Texas Senate Bill 20 could outlaw obscene material depicting minors in all media, animated or otherwise. Proposed by the Texas State Senate Pete Flores, the bill is primarily aimed at curbing the potential of using AI to generate sexually explicit depiction of a minor. The text of the amendment to Texas Penal Code will be as follows. I hope you guys are listening. A person committed an offense if the person knowingly possesses, accesses with intent to view or promote obscene visual material containing a depiction that appeared to be of a child younger than 18 years of age engaging in activities described by section 43.21 bracket A and bracket open bracket 1 close bracket open bracket capital B close bracket regardless of whether the depiction is a image of an actual child, a cartoon or animation, or an image created using a artificial intelligence application or other computer software. End quote. The section of the Detective Penal Code cited in the bill 20 define obscene material broadly as material lacking in artistic value that depicts sexual act. Though some other definitions for the obscene material given by the Penal Code are far more concrete, such as explicit depiction of sex. Others are a little more vague and open to interpretation. Now let's continue. While this may be initially seen to only ban openly inflicted material, many popular anime series depict minors in situations that could be considered obscene. Now, Wally, this might be a shocker to you, but now you'll see why we had that show. Early Dragon Ball, for instance, contained a running gag centering on Master Roshi creeping on a underage boomer. Don't look at me. Even Naruto see the title character using a jutsu that turns him into a naked woman.
Even though while covered.
It's I know, I know, I know. Peter, don't start with it about little Groot, all right? Don't start this nonsense right now, okay? You already started already with this. Stop it.
Little Groot, who the hell
It's
that is?
unclear if these things and those little and those like them featured in many popular anime series will run afoul of the proposed law if it does pass, or if the bar for obscenity will be higher. Of course, ideally, the given example will be protected under the clause that mentions literary or artistic value, but that will be entirely reliant on how individual judge perceive cases brought to them. Anime fan in Texas can hope that judge will see this that anime such as Dragon Ball are not pornographic or obscene despite some questionable material, but that far from a guarantee. Given the manga bans sweeping across the US, which I didn't know about that at all. So there's a ban on manga sweeping the US, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
It's under
if that happens, then go freak yourselves. I already lost my livelihood. Okay, here.
Black Boomers, shout out to Black Boomer. If you're hearing this is why I said I wish you could join our show so we can have this type of conversation. Not just only on Dragon Ball franchise only, but other anime as well. But you sound like a good voice from the women's side of point of view. So you could have your input on this, but I digress. It is understandable why some fans will worry the proposed law is too vague or broader in definition. So, Wally, this is Red Farm's Screen Rant, and based on the Texas law, I don't understand how this makes sense or how this actually works. But it being told that this could be considered legal because it's not just drag. Remember we had this joke during that episode of Dragon Ball franchise how I was calling Bulma a thought and all the other stuff. They even brought the idea of Master Roshi trying to sneak a peek on underage Bulma, right? Then Naruto come into play. And there's a lot of different action-packed anime that may look in that way, and they might take it the wrong reason. But from where I'm thinking about, I think that's another way of saying, if you look at the bigger picture, anime is actually hurting the cartoon industry of America. Don't you think?
It's not my fault. If anime is hurting y'all, that means y'all just suck.
When we had our first episode, right? When we had our first episode concerning the difference between cartoon and anime, no, we went deep on that show, right? We spoke about a lot of things concerning that, right? Now Texas seems like they want to take the fight. I don't know which other state is doing this, but hey, Lady Novo, how you doing? It seemed like this is a
What's going
problem,
on later in the ball?
so to speak. This is like some kind of issue, so to speak. For the simple fact that anime, the anime industry, the manga industry is becoming a major business on a global scale. Before the pandemic, before it affected the growth of Barnes and Noble, shout out to Barnes and Noble. They should not they should not take this episode down for this conversation, which we're talking about. Because Barnes and Noble was the store that a lot of us will go to Barnes and Noble and buy or read the manga books. They had a huge collection of manga. It was growing. They had a huge fan base of all type of manga books. I remember seeing the one in downtown Manhattan, one in downtown Brooklyn. See a lot of young adult, older adult who sit down and read these manga books, and they were loving it, and they find it more interested than reading the comic books. The comic book sales have been dipping for a while. Oh yeah, we said we're gonna have a show talking about this. I remember we said we're gonna do a show about this topic between manga versus comic books, right?
The only difference is
Which is
that's a
needed.
different overall
Am I
topic.
wrong?
I mean, we can have the conversation. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have the conversation, but I mean, if they're doing it because of that, then once again, that's just their fault. But again, no, no. Let's be honest. Y'all cartoons suck ass. No one ain't buying it, and you want to be fruity with it. No.
No, no, no. We no, we totally get it. We totally get it. But we spoke about this in depth, though, did we not?
Oh, it's probably which one you're talking about.
About the difference between anime and cartoon and how they the root they come from, and or they compare will be the same thing difference between manga and comic books. Because of the level of consistency with the manga that draw a huge fan base on a global scale. Did we not talk about before? Did we not? But we didn't go in depth like we should. That's why we're hoping to have an episode soon for that. When we talk about manga versus comic books. Then I'm not sure some of these people in the Senate in Texas, but I bought some shares in the comic book companies like Marvel versus DC, just to mention a few, and maybe because they're not making money like they used to, compared to the manga industry, it just constantly growing. I digress. But hearing about that type of law, it let you know this era that we are in. I don't want to try to get taken down. I'm not trying to be political about it. We're in an era of ignorance right now. That's what I'm going to call it. Willful ignorance. And they hear that this law is now existing and it may be passed and it might go be signed off. All the anime fans in Texas, I wonder if you will relocate and leave Texas for the simple fact that threatening you, they can come to your house unannounced to see if you have any such access to such anime that they may say make it to the illegal or manga book, or they can be stalk you to see if you bought any manga and check your home. I know while it may sound weird, but let that sink in. Don't worry, because we're gonna go to the main topic, but this kind of like got me thinking, like, how far would they stretch this, and what the scope will be like? What's your view on this one? I want to hear your monologue about this.
Look, I'm saying it right now.
Oh,
If they were to
what's your faith
ever,
on this one? You
yeah,
you were
yeah,
like,
I was doing a little something back. But look, if they do strip anime from America, this may be the final straw when I sit here and say adios. I might just say adios because they ain't no way. No, you ain't stripping me away from anime. You got me fucked. Y'all mofos brung it in here and y'all motherfucking bought it. And now you're mad because whatever reasons. Now you want to have the holy conscience on your heart and swear on the hand and be like, oh, we're going clean. We're going all the way FCC or whatever you want to call it. Now you're gonna sit here and say, oh, this is reaching too far. Okay, let that be a day.
so Jedi Mike, Jay Kakashi, I just throw their name out there too. I know you guys are anime fan too as well. I'm just giving you the heads up because this bill don't make any sense to all our fellow brothers and sisters, black brothers and sisters, Latino brothers and sisters, Asian brothers and sisters, everybody under the anime community. I'm giving y'all the heads up. You hear it from here, from Anime Unlock, from the Spartan HQ Network. This law might be a pilot for multiple weird law that go spread across these red states. Texas is a red state. I'm gonna put that out there. Okay. And they are targeting the anime industry and the manga industry. For the simple fact, the anime gave the smack it down on the candy ad called cartoon. Cartoon ain't making much money no more. They also tanking too. But tell me if I'm wrong here, Wally. They're trying to ban anime and manga, but you got cartoons that push a different agenda and allows it to go on.
Exactly. But yet, weren't they not just a while ago trying to quote unquote tell
Uh,
you about
hey,
certain people can't be in certain
A- aka Disney. Hello, the wokeism. I'm just saying. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. I really don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. We might have to have a conversation about this particular bill on another show and go into depth with it. But I just wanted to have this nice monologue to put it in the air so it can marinate, so it can soak up some juice. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can start thinking about it because we might have to do a show on this. What do you think, Wally?
Oh no, we're definitely gonna have to come back because
We might. I know we're not trying to be political about it,
well, I don't give a
but
crap about being
we
political.
really have to talk about this. We got to talk about it because real anime fan and real manga fan, we both are. I know I'm the biggest anime junkie among our group, hands down. Jedi Mike and Jake Kakasi cannot hold a candle against me. I just call that shot out. Yeah, I throw the gauntlet. Y'all got nothing on me. I'll just say, I know why look at me like, oh, here we go. He go to another argument, debate, battle for
Oh
no man.
no! Oh no! 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 Because see, I'm gonna let you have it because I haven't been intuitive in anime.
See,
But the some anime that I had that we both have watched, I'm gonna have war. No, we have some choice words on that
I know. Wale is waiting for the
because
day
I will
that we
give
will
you
have
the
a show
smoke.
to talk
I
about.
will
All
give
right,
you enough
come on.
smoke to fight. I will give enough smoke to fight some anime. Because Lord have mercy, the last one
Oh
you
God.
gave was just horrible, treachery.
Marcus, I know we trying. Yeah, You want me to land the plane, but this not your actual plane we are talking. This is the real big deal for big time anime junkies and anime fans because if you don't understand the scope of this issue,
It's neither A, he's neither asking
this
you to land your plane, or
thank
neither
no
B, he's talking
Peter,
about everyone getting
Peter,
out the door.
no, thank you, Peter. I really appreciate that one. I like what you just still talk about that. Thank you. You made an excellent point.
They did the same thing back
They
in
did
the
the
day
same thing
with
back in
comic
the
books
day
and
with
gaming
comic book
and
and
go
gaming
nowhere.
and go nowhere.
We'll see.
Thank no, I am glad you put that out there. Well, here's the problem. We having this monologue and Marcus, I'm gonna let you know. We don't do what other podcasts do. Talk about land they're playing, your lawn soccer. I'm sorry, we need to paint the proper picture because we see
It's neither
this
he's
is
asking that
the
you like you're long
show.
stroking, or neither he's talking about people flying out.
I,
It's one of those
I know.
options.
I hope that what it means because 'cause when you post this here, right? I don't think you understand. This show is for people. I know they meant to be like a low blow. People who actually read, not the non-reading kind of people. People who like to take their time and paint a proper picture to level for a level of clarity. We're not doing the Twitter mindset idiots out there who want to keep everything under the 180 character. We don't do that here.
100.
So if my co-host want to break something down, I'm not gonna time him. Oh, you need to do on the, no, no, we don't do
This
that
man said
here.
180
We
characters.
make sure you get a proper. I'm sorry, I'm taking a shot. We're in society not only they don't like to read, they don't like to do proper research these days anymore. They want everything under 180 character. Anything beyond that, you long sucker. I'm sorry. That sounds like the kind of people who fail their class in university and have to cheat their way to pass the exam. Ooh. They can't take long lectures because their brain they're stupid. Ooh.
Well, guess what? I'm one of them motherfuckers because I don't got time for lectures. I don't got time. The freak.
I know I get it, I get it. But this goes to say they got degree for back and weaving degrees. They didn't got STEM degrees. I'm sorry. Long lecture come from STEM degrees, either you're in biology, let's be real, you in the medical field.
Last time I checked, there's a way
Um
of act. There's action, and
here here
then there's theory. Boom, the theory.
here this one. Peter wanna try to throw a jab at me. David, you know how to read? I'm sorry. If I don't know how to read, how in the world gonna be an IT professional? Let
Don't do it.
let's go at it right now. If you wanna drop that joke. I don't think they will. Last I checked, the medical field, the engineering field, the IT field, anything to do with mathematics require your crazy ass to read. Now, if you cannot really actually read, or you don't like to read and understand things in detail, it only say a lot about you and your intellect. I'm sorry. I'm about to take a page from Anton. All you got were back to women degrees. Just a shout out you guys. I know you don't like long, let them eat it, and you say you're educated, but you don't know how to read properly. You don't know how to articulate yourself properly. Don't come at me with that one. I'm just saying because you're gonna have that show later on. The time it's right, and I hope it don't hit the news. If it hit the mainstream news about this, then we have to talk about it. What would happen to the anime industry and the manga industry in the U.S. since you want to take a jab at it? I'm sorry, they don't. Peter, they don't have picture book for IT. Those books are meant for Donald Trump, your president.
This guy.
You forget he don't like to
This
read. Oh, Wally, they trying to get me started. Oh,
Focus on the task at hand, sir. Well, ahead, mercy. All I know is one
oh, they want
thing:
to get.
this repetitive jab of anime and them coming after anime, like Peter would say, they came after comic books the same.
And this,
If that's the case, miss me. But if you're coming after anime now more than ever in this format because of whatever reasonable transactions you came after comic books and video games before, then you're just losing a worse battle because you're only making it worse. Because I'm telling you right now, clip the hand that once now fed you a reason to have television on your screen and TVs and go to your networks and clip it. Trust me,
oh,
I promise you, a lot of networks are going to be falling down because I ain't watching. Yeah, I guess I'm a caveman
I'm
without
glad,
TV.
Wally. I'm glad you mentioned that just now because uh, this why I like my co-hosts. I know we go bump head, we gonna say shady things on other people's favorite anime, aka Crystal Meth.
You gotta let it go, even though it's not his fault. Even though it's not my fault, but you gotta let that go.
Oh, really,
I'm not even trying to remember it, but even then, it's
really.
like, hey, look, it's not my fault.
I'm a
It's
nerdy
not.
guy.
It's not
I
my
can remember
fault.
all. I can remember all the classic, aka TKO, in this on this show that we be having. That it have been iconic. Yours is iconic right there. It's not gonna come down no time soon.
Oh, trust me. Look, when I clip it and I make epic moment, trust me, you're gonna find out.
Oh, yo, that no epic. I was speechless. I had to take a walk when I heard that. I was like, I like, and
Hey, look,
this
it's
guy
not
had the
my
nerve
fault.
to say
It's not
I'm
my.
vicious,
Hey, you
and
were
this
you,
guy
you
right
were
here,
treacherous. Okay, you shouldn't do not defame Vegeta. Okay,
this
sir. He's a
no 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 no
prince,
no no
not
no.
no Pookie.
This guy had the audacity to say I am
I
vicious,
had
and when he
no
said that
audacity.
right there,
I called it how I see it from a naked eye. Again, from a naked eye. You cannot blame me if I called it how I
that
see
was
it from a naked eye.
that was a virtual invisible gut punch that had me get up, take a walk, let that thing digest. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, okay. Well, can we read
No,
Peter's comment real
no,
quick?
Peter.
It's not gonna
It's not
happen.
gonna happen, dude. They forget adult.
Watch it, read it, and enjoy it, and also our voters and taxpayers. I mean,
Hold
yeah,
on,
but
hold on,
you know,
hold on.
the fact that it's out
No,
there is still gonna be a
Peter,
funny thing.
Peter, Peter. I'm not gonna let this one slide. Let me tell you. I'm gonna keep the comment for a few moments. Let me tell you why I'm not gonna sleep on it.
Welcome in, Eric.
Not try, not trying to be political about it. I'm seeing on my feed. I'm seeing on the airway people are complaining about how they're trying to whitewash this nation that we live in. They're removing black history from the school. They're removing black history from college. They even scraping black history information from military website from Jackie Robinson, who was actually in the military before he played baseball, which he was stationed in Texas, and they try to remove his history. And they're doing all this craziness going on. Um, like I said, we're not gonna be political out here, but the issue concerning anime, we will talk about it later on another date because
I
we
ain't
need
gonna
to
lie.
understand
Personally, this
how
may as
far
well
they're
be
gonna
the main
reach.
topic. We're already 30 minutes in this bad boy. This may as well be the main topic tonight.
I know we are in because other people who are commenting about this particular law, they realize this is like a threat to anime and manga.
I mean, is it really a threat?
Now, how many media comp?
I look at
No,
this as
because
more or less
how many
speed.
media company? I know, but how many media company bought license multi the major anime franchise to have it broadcast here? You mentioned that. Hey EJ, how you doing? We would have a Malak over. I came across something. No, Eric, I apologize. You take that. It's Eric.
See, hey,
We
I'm
were
gonna
talking
call
about
you by
a
your
law.
name.
No, we were talking about a law that we just came across. It showed up in my feed this morning, and I found out weird. And later on, I ended up researching and found out it's actually legit. That Texas passed some kind of bill that may actually ban anime and manga for the state of Texas based on the wording of it, which is kind of ironically weird though. Even while they understand it, even though I read out the law, the wording of it, it may target Dragon Ball, it may target Naruto, it may target Blue Clover, and there's many other
Demon
anime
Slayer.
that have images of kids. Oh,
Yep, that was another one right there because
whoo!
I've seen some of them out there. What else is there out there? Yeah, there's a good couple of them, but yeah, it goes very
But
downhill.
if you keep on going, broadening out the scope and the search of it, it's a lot. Plus, I didn't know it. When I was reading it, it said it's actually banning manga books. That missed my radar. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the anime show, and not knowing about these things, it gotta let us know what position are we in.
Well, let's look at it from a technical standpoint, right? So you're banning the books and the anime. Why? Because of how a certain thing is being perceived on television and or in the books, correct? Well, okay, fine. So if you were
That,
to quote unquote humanizely move them out of the libraries of your schools, eh, fine, go ahead.
hmm
But are you going to move them out of the library ultimately? No, because what you're going to do? Because then you're going to see. Well, let's be honest.
no,
The main thing is if a kid's trying to take it out. Let's be real. What is the main thing that you're going to tell at least on a label? We need parent supervision to release this. Correct? That's what they're going to tell you at that point, right?
hmm
That would at least be the front thing you would do.
hmm
Okay, cool.
hmm
Television wise, once again, same thing, parental vision, all that other stuff. So if your parents are letting you watch this and you as the parent are letting your kids watch this, then what's the problem? Oh, because of what? Because of the possible transaction, the influences that taken in. Let's be honest. When is the last time you ever heard anybody on the news imitate freaking anime onto I agree? Now I will say this. There was one thing I've seen where I guess it was a like they were trying to do some reanimation of like a bleach fight with swords, right? Out there in the real world.
hmm
That's it. And then cops had stopped it and everything else. If that's the reasoning for why you're doing this, then I want to say one thing. You didn't even see what was gonna even happen. You didn't even know what to degree was gonna happen. And plus, if you're gonna stop that, are you gonna stop Star Wars? Oh wait, that's right. Because y'all just have plastic sticks, right? That ain't gonna happen, right? Okay.
I, I am glad you
I'm just
make it.
saying, like, if
You
the
paint that
bleach sword,
picture.
let's be real. If you were to get an authentic bleach sword, you know how much money that is? Stop.
And here,
Stop.
here what I'm speaking about it because this I didn't know about the manga ban. It was not under my radar. That blew my mind. I was like, what? As I was reading, I'm like, there's a manga ban going on here, and they say you might get arrested if you're in possession of such material. So what the hell is going on? And we in a country whereby they can look at what we watch on our TV, right? They have access to those type of equipment, and we watch that through Netflix or we watch that on TV. What kind of anime we were watching, so to speak. Isn't that so?
Correct. Yep. They're quote unquote
Come on,
they're
Peter,
smart TV.
Peter, Peter. They're not banning WWE. They're not gonna ban WWE. That's an American culture. Why would they ban their own culture?
Because do you know what they did back in the days? They should screw this. If you're gonna rip that, then rip everything you
No,
did. Because no one didn't need to
no,
see
no, no, no,
Edge
no, no. That was
strip down Lena and go
I
yoing,
know.
yoing, yoing, yoing. No, 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 no one didn't need to see that. Yeah, yeah, I went there. I
Uh,
went there.
let's not.
I went there.
Look, I know you went there. Don't forget the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
That's just no one didn't see that.
Okay.
Kids didn't see that either. Kids
don't
didn't see that either.
don't forget Sable, what she did one time when she did the bikini match, and I know I'm a nerd. I remember history. I know when this is something I'm trying to understand because it's weird that we are hearing this, but I don't hear any other podcaster who comment on anime know about this. Eric, Eric, I'm telling you, I'm gonna read it again so you can comprehend what I'm talking about. This doesn't make no sense to me either. This is the bill that was keyword unanimously you're not when I tell you unanimously, everybody was on board on this. There is a Senate bill in Texas called the Texas Senate Bill 20. When you have time, please research it. Or my audience. Oh, Raleigh, you got to do that.
Oh,
Record to
hey,
record.
look,
Oh
Marcus Axe. I
gosh.
just throw one in there. I just joked just one.
Oh boy. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? Because I'm just kind of curious. Like, how does are they going to monitor our activity or what anime we watch
Apparently,
on our own ledger? So I'm trying to understand this. How broad is this bill going to be from Texas? And what if other they copy it and add more wording to it to make it even more broader? Do we have to move out of the country to enjoy our program?
I'm trying to tell you. If it happens, I'm out of here. This will be the final straw. My final straw.
I
I have
I know
found a
Jason
reason to
Cassie
leave
said
now.
he want
I
to
have found a respectable reason.
move.
I'm being serious.
I know
Like, I
Jason
mean, we
Cassie said
all
he
know
want to move
Jay's
to
gone,
Japan soon.
but this will be my final straw. This will be
Hey,
the okay. Well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm out of here. Peace. I'm gonna take the deuces.
ladies and men lovers,
I will not.
really, look at this. Look at this
Oh
nonsense.
Lord.
I think this what you call Black David hitting the wall. Marcus, this might be a shade to you, right? Do you have any
Yes, we're
idea
not gonna be at the end of this, ladies and gentlemen.
how many beautiful ass women of all race and color watch anime? Are a major fan of anime. Have you ever been to a Comic Con? Peter has, aka Ghost of Sparta. And funny he called himself Ghost of Sparta. Interesting. In the game called God of War, what is Kratos was always around women in the game? And there's always a feature in the game when Kratos went in and Uh, 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 Okay then, I digress.
In essence,
Whoever played.
take that, take that, take that.
Oh my god,
Oh,
this is so hilarious. This is so hilarious. So everyone who have played God of War 1, 2, and 3, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And you cannot tell me every I don't care you say you don't play video game, you are a liar. I'm sure you knew about it, you heard about it, you wait to get to that particular scene and you do it over and over and over and over just to hear it. Now, don't let God of War be the only game that did that. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas
yep.
game.
Strip clubs. Yep.
Uh-huh. Ah, yeah, Peter's saying it too. So, Marcus, since you want to take a jab at me that I hit the wall, that being said, you prefer a three or a four or a two kind of woman because most of the beautiful women now are moving from the lane and going to the anime industry, and they love it. They like what we watch, what we read. So I can't call it hitting the wall
Yeah, I ain't
anymore.
gonna lie. There is some
I'm
cuties
just saying they
in the anime side of this
and there's a
nuclear
lot of
family.
them. There's a lot of them as of lately. So in that case, Marcus, they're ditching you guys. They're ditching the Pookies and the Way to join the anime fan club. So it's not that we're here in the world. We are winning. You guys are losing. I'm just saying. I digress. So don't get mad. Once again, don't get mad. We see a lot of nerdy ass people, beautiful ass lady, and there's none for you. And they both like watching animes, and you don't. I digress. Don't get mad. It's not our fault. Okay? Don't hate us. Hate the game. So we're gonna leave this topic and go into the main topic where we need to talk about because I had to bring that up, and we might do a show about it because this is very, very critical. It's not something to overlook because if we're not careful, it could be a problem. And kind of like help with the show because this topic we talk about Attack on Titan. I've watched season one, season two, and I think they're like four seasons. And part of season three, I wasn't able to finish season three, and there's a season four. And they what I hate to say this, while I know that they was a popular anime for a lot of unique reasons, and they were the anime that was also darker than Gungrave. If I'm correct, Wally,
Oh yeah, definitely darker.
because we did a show about Gungrave, we did a commentary about it, and they say the reason why it didn't do too well because it was dark, but this anime was worse than that.
Much worse. For those that
You know what I'm
watched
saying?
and seen it.
This anime was, I know. So let me read the introduction. Attack on Titan, the Japanese name is Shingeki no Jokin no Kyojin, is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Hajime Isayama. It was serialized in Besatsu Shonen magazine from 2009 to 2021. That's a long time, and later adapted into an anime by which studio and MAPPA, one of the two of the most popular anime studios that brought a lot of great animes so far. This series is renowned for a deep story, which is very, I'm telling you, Attack on Anime, it had deep story. It's not for people who don't like to read. I like picture books. All you picture book folks, don't watch this anime if you can't pay attention to the storyline and understand why it's the way it is. Intense action, with no offense, it was intense, and it was kind of like a little rough with it, and some shocking twists. Attack on Titan had a, let me tell you how bad it is. It had so much a huge fan base. I know why they have seen these fan base. They was acting rocking the jacket doing the salute.
Man, and that's the thing. It's like the
no,
fan base starts growing. People are wearing these clothes, man. You know how deep your Koski clothing is out here.
no, 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 no. Let me tell you what bad it is. This is for Marcus, since you have no idea what we are talking about. While they have seen some of these pictures, cosplay, the term cosplay, trying to look for a couple of pictures, you see some female with some nice shape wearing these uniforms and the way they were looking. I don't know why they would be like drooling. They were like, oh, hell
Okay,
no.
we going too far with drilling,
She
but
wore this? But it was a cover up uniform, mind you.
pinup,
You see the character right now on the introduction. You see that uniform right there? The brown jacket with the thing on the back and the white pant and the black boot.
yeah,
How many women do you see have done the cosplay of that, Wally?
probably a good
And it was
number.
tight fitted.
Probably a good number.
Oh, yeah. And you have Marcus here talking about we hit the wall. No, we ain't hit the wall. We hit the jackpot. You just missed out on it. That's all. I'm just going to say that. Next slide, because I hate to say this, there's a huge fan base, a growing fan base of anime lover and manga lover. This one right here had a massive fan base. It shot up bad, real bad. And no offense, they even have a anime store that actually sells the jacket for all the different unit. Because if you watch the anime, there were different unit that had different symbols on their jacket. It was a big deal. Real talk. The world of Attack on Titan. This story is set in a world where humanity resides within three concentric walls to protect themselves from Titans. And they were actually gigantic humanoid creatures that devour humans. And these walls are War Maria, the outermost, War Rose, middle, and War Sheena, innermost. These were humanoid giants. When I say humanoid, they were massive. They were skyscrapers. And the wall they had wasn't no typical wall that you have in your crib. These wall was like skyscraper walls, high enough. And the security personnel that were walking around these walls were able to see from a distance the Titan. And they have cannon, mind you. They have cannon, so in case they see a Titan coming, they can shoot them down. And they were trained on how to protect themselves from Titan. So if you don't live in this type of wall-like structure and you're out in the open, you are Titan food. There was a scope you up one time. That's it. End of story. And there was when I say there was scoping, and if the anime, the Titan was seemed to be naked, so to speak, but in some weird, crazy form. Sorry, we still have plenty of time, Peter. We still have plenty because
Hey
here's the
man,
thing.
look here.
I
What are you
watch
trying
anime
to?
more
Man,
than
look here.
anybody
You
else
over
you
here
do.
trying to pimp us out? Talking about we ain't stop complaining about not going overtime. You better slow your roll. You ain't pimping me out.
Hold on. First and foremost, let be quickly clear. I said I'm the only one among us on this network who actually watch more of this anime.
Oh,
I know we kind of watch at the time.
over
I don't want
your
to make
time.
Wally feel uncomfortable. I don't want to and it's funny how this topic about the law kind of help to either into the show because graphically speaking, there were kids getting eaten up in this anime. Were they not?
Now that I don't know.
They were grabbing. They were grabbing people. They were grabbing children. I know it was. It's like saying all those horror movies that you watch when a lot of dangers happen to kids, children, adult were being destroyed or they're facing consequences or being in such place. This one was like these titans. They don't think they were like mindless beasts until there was some unique titan that had ability that it didn't make no sense. We had titans that have armor. We had titan that's way taller with long arms. They give us some kind of heat. We had titan whereby they had hair and they got some soaring arm. We got titan that got gun mounted on them. Oh wow! This man will give you shade like that? Is he doing that right now? Wow! Really? Really? Okay. Anyway, the people inside these world believe they are the last of humanity, trapped in that dystopian nightmare where Titan roam beyond the wall and what does they say behind our head? Well, like, what do they say the rest behind our head?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Beyond the wall, what?
Yeah, people inside the wall believes they are the last of humanity trapped in a sorry,
That's
dytopian nightmare.
that top
Yeah,
nightmare
yeah, where titans roam beyond
where
the
Titan.
walls, threatening existence. I mean, sorry, execution. It's
Let me tell you, it was a very
yeah.
gruesome anime, but it was kind of gruesome, but it was intricate. It was a very unique storyline. And even when I was watching the first season, I was thinking like, wait, did the anime where humans about to go extinct?
All
Because
right,
the first season, it make it
yeah.
feel that way. I'm not gonna lie. Look at Marcus. You want to tell? See what Marcus doing? Trying to play you.
He always does. What's the point?
So the thing is, yo, EJ is correct. EJ is correct about that. I'm sorry, Eric. Forgive me for that. He correct because this storyline of this anime is twisted. It is a twisted story premise, no doubt. But the concept of giant have been around for a long time. You know what, Eric? I am glad you said this, but that law we were talking about earlier could throw this anime in the mix. You can find many examples of a literature and fairy tale. So Eric is one of our major watchers on this show. He did a lot of stuff, and I'm glad he did that. He said what he said because it makes sense. I'm not gonna lie, this storyline was beyond twisted. It got me like, whew, like how you do this. So the main, oh, no, I need to hide this thing. This thing is give me a problem. The main storyline, season one, episode 1 to 25. The storyline followed Eren Yeager, the adopted his adopted sister Mikasa Ackerman, and their childhood friend Armin Arlet live in no Shinganshina district at the edge of the War Maria. The colossal titan keyword. The colossal titan, not the huge tall titan, and the armored titan break through the wall, Maria, allowing Titan to flood in and destroy the district. So if you imagine that type of picture, you think the wall will protect you, out of nowhere that wall collapse And we had a bunch of other Titans coming in, destroying the whole town, just grabbing people and eating them. Right? Eren mother is devour. It showed that scene. Few hesitation for Titan. Eren, Mikasa, and Armin joined the Survey Corps. There's like a military branch dedicated to fighting. Implemented in this anime series, they have a military with different branches. They got one branch in charge of fighting Titan. Another branch is in charge of doing the surveying, meaning they every once in a while they have to go out there and survey the land to know what area not to trespass or enter if it's a huge horde of Titans. So they do their surveying job. Then another group of military that their job is to protect the royalty, the innermost, which is kind of like they don't want to fight the Titan. You call them the punks. In anime, you will see what I'm talking about. But it would I think there were like how many branches were there? It was like four branches, I believe. I believe so. There were four or five. Now the military branch dedicated to fighting the Titan. Now here's the twist to the story. Aaron discovered that he can transform into a Titan. So imagine a boy did not know he had the ability in him. And how the ability come about? Oh, this story. The female Titan was also living that way. Annie Lionheart infiltrated the war, but it's ultimately defeated. I can't read the rest of behind her. Can you help me, Wally, on this?
Oh, sorry. Which part are you looking at?
The female, the
The last
female
one?
Titan, Annie
Right.
Lionheart.
Okay.
Yeah, infiltrated the war, but
Yeah, female Titan Annie Lionheart infiltrate the wall, but is ultimately defeated and frozen in crystal.
when I say they not made it twisted, it is twisted. But the first season, I can tell you this though: if you watch the first season and pay attention to the detail, you will have a ton of questions. You're like, wait a minute, this don't make no sense. Like, yo, like, hold up, what's going on here? And they got some hidden story that not they didn't know about. They got and the second season kind of like gave you a spoiler alert, whereby the high wall that they built, what great about the high wall, they got Titan living in the walls, which is another cliff cliffhanger. Like, what? You got Titan living in the wall, and how you able to build a wall that high? I don't know. No, actually, season two, the mystery of the Titan. See, the mystery of the Titan within the wall is revealed. The beast Titan is introduced. Raina Brawl and Berthold Hoover are revealed as the Armor and Colossal Titan. Ymir is revealed as the Titan Schiffer. Eren fight Raina and Berthold, but he is kidnapped. Eren unlocked the coordinate power controlling the Titans. Ymir willingly leave with Yuna and Berthold. Here's the thing about this thing I'll be nuts. There's a thing called the coordinate power. These specialized Titans are able to control all the regular Titans, right? But there's a very unique power that one particular Titan will have that even from a distance, he can command Titan to do certain things for him or who he hoarded it. Something about him trigger a hidden ability that he can control the Titan. But there's a variable. I don't know the variable or there's a requirement for that to happen. Uniquely by him. This is one of those freakish anime I would suggest to watch on a weekend. When you're looking for something kind of entertaining with a very unique twist to the storyline that got you thinking and guessing if you think you can figure it out, this the anime for it. Right here, right here. Ain't no joke. Wale, what season were you in when you say you were going to watch it? What season have you got into? Season one, season two, season three, what?
Mostly season one. Like I said, I haven't really watched too much of this. Granted, could I have when it came out? Yeah, but never fall into it.
And I would like this though. It's not a shitty anime, but it's not. But I'll definitely say I would tell you guys this is a very, very, very dark anime with a very weird twist to it. The storyline is kind of, I can't say it's jacked up, but it got you wondering how was this creator able to create such an anime without plot twists? Because the plot twist itself, it was. If you look at season one, if you're able to watch season one and look at season two, you start to wonder like, yo. And I'll say this right off the back, I will call it out. You can do a live. You could not do a live action version of that. It's not gonna work. I'll say it again. To do a live action version of the Attack on Titan, I think they did. I think they did one. Did they?
Let me go see.
Wait a minute. I believe they did, but I never got a chance to watch it. It's not on Netflix. I don't know where it is. Here's the thing: Netflix became the home as of now of a lot of live action adaptation of the animes that we love and watch.
So, all right. So real quick. So yes, there was a live action. There was a Japanese live action film. There was two of them. One was released.
Oh,
This film was released in 2015, and then the first one was Attack on Titans, straight up, and then the second one was Attack on Titans: End of World.
mm. So I gotta look for that then,
And then there was a live
because
action
wait, I
miniseries called Attack on Titans: Counter Rockets. Interesting.
oh, because looking at the anime itself, I was telling myself it's almost impossible to do a live action version.
And here's a little bit extra. So for the American adoption of it is, so there will be a live action for Attack on Titans, and it will be by Warner Brothers. They actually have
Whoa,
Andy.
whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
don't know
whoa,
how to
whoa, whoa,
say
whoa.
his last name, but Andy M. Okay, I'll put it in the back chat. But they are reported that this person is attached and directing this project. So yeah,
You serious?
that's the little piece of information I got.
Andy Muschietti? Jedi Mike, if you're hearing this, we need your inside scoop on this one, on this piece of information. Because I'm going to say this: Attack on Titan, make it a live action version of it with today's technology. You might be able, but I don't think you're gonna be able to pull it off properly. And I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but this franchise is uniquely popular for a lot of reasons.
Yep. See this? Yeah. So I'm reading it right now through them. Well, not through them, but through another source. They're saying, yeah, they finalized this in October the same year. So the deal has been finalized with They finalized the deal with Kana Kaninshia Kurushia.
Mm.
So yeah, they finalized this. This is actually a thing that's gonna happen.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched this franchise, please find a way to get the time to watch it. I would tell you, watch it on the weekend. This is a very twisted anime. It's dark for real, for real. It's very compelling. It isn't. No, I'll tell you the truth. It is not corny, but you got to have the patience to watch it through. You got to. But I'm guessing the fan base on this anime is more so on the women's side than that of the men's side, so to speak. I might be wrong, but they got a strong fan base for sure, for sure. And it's man, the storytelling is on point. It got you guessing, trying to figure what's gonna happen next. If you read the manga, it's more in detail on a lot of things, and it show you the origin of how this all came about. Interesting storytelling. It's season one, season two laid the foundation for people want to watch more of this anime. But it got people questioning like, how did all that come? What is the origin story? Like, how all this situation came about? What was the issue of it? And I'm guessing it was on, if I remember correctly, I guess it was season three that gave some kind of insight to what the issue was, how they came about. Because in the season one, you thought it was almost the end of humanity. Season two mixed with season one, you start to realize there's some people who have the ability to turn into Titan and turn back. That guy, you seeing like, what the hell? Where is this coming from? Right? If you go to slide three, go to season three, you can get that slide. It might give you more detail about that. After we're waiting. I know this, we're not gonna be able to say too much because I don't want to make it be wild. I have more understanding of the anime than Wally, and while I only watch a few episodes, I don't want to make it be like a battle now. So
Yeah,
that's why
so
we had that monologue.
this was definitely gonna be all you right here. This is definitely gonna be all you.
See,
I just wrote up the present. I just give y'all guys the visual presentation.
and the thing is, I'm trying to break it down as much as I can, so not giving out too much information, but I want you guys to enjoy it. Season three, yeah, the Survey Corps faced political turmoil. Kenny Anchorman, a serial killer, lead a squad. I can't even call him as. Let me put it like this:
Wait,
if you
y'all
watch the
got
anime,
serial killer leading the
Kenny,
squad? Hell? Oh, okay. We went. This is how far we need to kill people. We need a serial killer. What's next?
no, Kenny Ackerman was in season one and season two. The reason they call him a serial killer, let me put it like this: Kenny Ackerman was the threat to the Titan. You know, you have almost in every anime they got one person who seems to be broken.
So wouldn't
He
he
is
be a
broken to the
Titan
very.
killer than a serial killer? I'm sorry, but when you call yourself a serial
I would
killer,
say yes.
that's very nuclear.
I would say yes. I would say yes, but this guy, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, Eric, there was more than
You know how
season
this
one.
they're like I think they're like 4 or 5 seasons, but season three got broke into two parts as well as season four. But the storyline is huge. But this character right here, Kenny Anchorman, if you watch season one, you watch season two, the character looked like a snub, right? But I tell you this though, his personality is broken. Cause this man was the when I talk about the expert on killing Titan, this character was a pure nightmare. I can't even call him a serial killer. He was a murder machine. Let's put it like that. He was doing feats that even the squad was like, is he human? The stuff he was doing, the skill that he had, the move that he was executing. If the Titan would have put a poster of beware of or wanted, his face would be blasted huge. That's how dangerous this guy is. And he had a somewhat of a protege with one of the protagonists. She is a female, the adopted sister. She came close to being as good as he is. But no one can hold a candle against Kenny Ackerman. I will tell you that right now. Nobody. That guy was good with it. I tell you, he was good, 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 good. All the Titans were afraid of him when they see him. They realized he have a. You know how you have that bloodlust aura?
Yeah.
Give me a second, guys. I'll be. Hold on. So I would say this: this man bloodlust was so heavy, even the Titan can sense it from him, and they start to run for their life. Who? Which anime they did that? That the blood was so heavy? Was it Berserker? No, not Berserker.
I forgot.
Or Demon Slayer.
Okay,
It was
yeah.
Demon
That's one
Slayer.
of the obvious ones.
Yeah, it was Demon Slayer because they can tell they can tell how deep the blood is. Like it's like an aura that it just make your skin crawl or make your hair, your skin stand up. Like, uh, hello. It's about that time to run. That's how bad Kenny Ackerman. I'm trying to describe it as much as I can, so you can go and watch it for yourself and see for yourself. But that guy was a murder machine for the Titans. Forget the serial killer part. He had, if you were to write a book of all of his killing moves for killing Titans, all the recruit will be throwing up. They're like, I'm going to teach you the technique. You got, I don't want to go under his school. I might be traumatized. That, I'm telling you, that character is broken. His story is revealed to be the true heir of the royal family. That's another storyline that Akon with a deep history. Aaron discovered the secret of his father, Grisha Yeager, and the history of the founding Titan. They will open another storyline onto why he was able to turn into a Titan. I'm telling you, this I'm just giving you the layout. I'm not trying to spoil it for you guys, but when you watch these anime, Attack on Titan, I want you to come back on this show and tell me what you actually think of the anime. Cause that's how crazy it really is. Go to the next slide because I know it's all on me. So I'm the only one who watched it. So I don't want to give out too much spoiler alert, but it's tragic in a sense of it. This is one of these animes. I'll say it's almost a must watch to enjoy. But if your stomach is not really up for the viciousness that you see in anime, don't watch it. Just don't. It is a dark anime. And what I would tell you, the popularity is ridiculous because they're selling jacket, complete outfit that go along with the anime franchise itself. That's how crazy it is. Season 3, Part 2, from episode 50 to 59, which is 9 episodes. Because the way how the area was very unique. The server code launched and operated to retake War Maria. A brutal battle occurred in Shigashima, Shigashina, or whatever. Edwin Smith sacrificed himself in an attempt to kill the Bee Titan, Zeke Yeager. Look at the last name, it's very interesting. Armor is severely burned, but is revived using the Titan injection. Now you have to realize there's an injection. There's something you can inject to make you a Titan. Watch the anime, become the new colossal Titan. Aaron and the team finally reach Grisha basement, discover the truth about the world. That right there, that scene right there, I think season four was it was like a prequel where it let you know the origin of that whole story and how it came about, which is crazy. It is scary. There's some politics in the play on this anime whatsoever in a very unique way. I hate to say, give you a spoiler alert. The anime is almost like addressing the issue concerning Israel and the Palestine in a very unique, weird way. This is why I say what I said. Ooh, here we're there's a good argument going on while discussing about this show here. Tsunami Adult Swim would change their programming without warning after you got hooked into watching and recording anime show. You know, this show. It is highly frustrating to tune in expecting Titans or Full Metal Ackerman, then reflecting with unannounced with something stupid like 1/2 ounce amount. Ugh. Eric, I think Eric researched the law. I think Eric saw what we were talking about earlier. He researched it himself and found out about it because, ladies and gentlemen, it was a needed conversation. I think we might do a show about it on a deeper and start having people like Jada to come on board to speak about it. You might have Jedi Might to come on board to speak about it. Be able to bring Ghost or Sparta to speak about it as well, or anybody who the anime fan of anime. That law right there is a triggering conversation. It doesn't make no sense. And with Eric pointed out there, the bullshit. No offense. The reason why the cartoon industry is on a decline. They're not making sense what they're producing. They producing some severe garbage, and it's like us to watch it with them. Or not us to watch it. It's like our kid watch garbage and have them be brain dead stupid. Because here's the thing, this anime, even though it was a dark anime, it had a very unique history and it'll give you the origin and everything. But it's almost like it mirrored a particular event that happened in real time. Now, what I mentioned, if you are smart enough or intelligent enough to come, they catch on to it. Marcus, yeah, since you don't like to read, you like picture book too. I digress. I'm not saying. I know people trying to take shit at me. I read. I like to read. The truth about the world. Humanity inside the world are enduring descendant of Ymir Fifth, the first Titan. The real world is controlled by Mali, a powerful nation that used Titan as weapon. Titan was created by Ilya in the past, but was later overthrown. Eren inherited the attack Titan from his father, Reacher, who took it from the Reach family. The outside world see Eddie as demon and want to exterminate them. Like I said, y'all need to watch this anime. Wally, when you ever get the chance to, trust me, we will have a conversation later on as we continue to run the type of show, and you'll come back and say, yo, it do feel like that kind of conversation. Right? It's based on the political aspect of it. Great storytelling. It really does. But it is dark as hell. Really dark. Do we have any more slide about this?
Give me a moment.
I know it's I know it's on me since I can only describe what I watched and observed. I wasn't able to watch season four. It sucks. But I heard from other people who watched it were pretty good. I'm not sure. I think Mandrell watched it too. And Mandrell seen this show. Shout out to Mandrell. He's my twin brother. One of the mother. We're not the same height, but we got the same ideology in some weird way. The final arc, season 4. Yeah. The story shifts to Mali, where Eren infiltrates their military. Eren attacks Mali, killing civilians and warriors alike. The Soviet Corps arrive and fight the Mali warriors, including Reyna. Zeke Yeager plan to sterilize all Eldians is revealed. Eren betrays Zeke, aiming for full freedom by using the founding Titan. Yo, I'm telling you, you see that uniform right there? Go to any anime store that sell merchandise. If you don't see them selling these jackets showing a different logo for different military unit, call me a liar. You go to Comic Con, you will see people being trying to dress up like these folks. That's how bad it is. In Halloween, a lot of female were trying to dress up like the character in Attack on Titan. You see why they smiling?
Oh no, I'm not,
Yeah, the
because
reason
I
why they
was
were
smiling
smiling.
at Eric's comment. Oh, Eric, I swear,
Oh, what
Eric's
Eric
at
said?
war.
Oh,
Eric's at war.
wow.
And technically, regular show was on
Ladies and gentlemen,
Cartoon Network. It wasn't even Adult Swim, but I get your drift. I get your
ladies and gentlemen, I have triggered Eric.
drift.
It is my
Oh
voice to discuss
shit.
about that particular bill, and he caught on the grips of it, and he going in right now. See what Eric said? Adultery have become a sinful, a stupid show, like regular show made fun underachieving. Oh God,
He went below them.
Eric, thank you, thank you, thank you, Eric. You have made my day. That referring to guys who don't like to read and prefer everything under 180 characters.
Oh my god, that's
Eric,
crazy.
once again, I thank you for that statement. You have made my day. This should be clipped right here. No one to come on this show and talk about we long soaking. That's for people who like such dumb cartoons. I'm sure Marco watch regular show. I'm sure. You know what anime that we watch? I'm sure that's
Now
not the case.
look,
So you think I'm hitting the
I
wall?
want to speak on the hands of possible guilty and truth. I've watched the regular show. I find it funny. I actually like the regular show. Everything else after that was just pretty much
Huh?
ironic. Hey, believe it or not,
So you watch a
I
season?
actually like the regular show. Yes, I'm talking about the blue jay bird and the freaking squirrel or whatever raccoon, whatever he is. I actually watched and I liked. Yes, I actually liked it. It
That's
wasn't that
disturbing.
bad. I ain't gonna
That's
lie.
just
I ain't gonna lie. It was the last
that's
cartoon I
disturbing.
watched. After that, everything else was askew a little bit to a degree.
Eric, you hear that?
I'm
You
just
hear
being
that,
honest.
Eric?
I'm being honest. I've watched
That
it and I actually favor and
I
I
know,
actually
I
was
know, I
okay.
know. I I respect your honesty. I do. But according to Eric, and I will endorse that statement,
Now I'll say
Adult
this
Swim
though.
have
I
become
wasn't
a
now by the
sequel.
time of college time frames though, the years of college, I did not watch it at that point in time though. I watched it when I was still a kid in high school. There's a difference. I'm gonna let that go right now.
Yeah, because Adult Swim have on Cartoon Network. Even Cartoon Network itself has some retarded ass. I'm sorry. We might have to revisit the cartoon version of anime because the one franchise they did dirty. No, that they do it too. They did the Thundercat dirty, and they did Teen Titan dirty. Teen Titan had a good storyline until they did that bullshit and did Teen Titan Go.
Yeah, now
Killed it for everybody.
that's was a punch in the face.
They killed it for everybody. I have to throw shade at it. It did became a seed pool for that. Then when they did a revamp of Thundercat, which they were doing very well, season one, I was like, I can't wait for season two. But they're working on season two. It's a effort. And there's Thundercat Yo. Like really?
¿Qué pasó? Let me find out there's a Thundercat.
It was
Yo,
that bad.
oh hell no.
I'm telling you, I am telling
If
you,
I find out
Google it.
that's real, I swear. Oh my gosh, that better not be
This
real.
is why
That
I
better not
don't
be real.
watch. This is why I don't watch Adult Swim.
That better
It
not be
became
real.
a seed. No, Eric is not wrong for that statement he made about Cartoon Network / Adult Swim.
Okay, so
The
that's
kind of
something
show
different.
they put out there.
Oh lord. There you
This is why the comic book industry have been on decline, as well as the cartoon industry have gone on the decline. Anime, when we did the show from season one, from episode one, we broke it down. It's more interesting. It have better storytelling. It makes sense, but it catch you wanting to come back for more. You think I'm wrong? We might do a show one day on Solo Level. Ain't Solo Level one of the most popular anime right now?
go. That's what everyone's talking about so far, as I know.
And they say it might be better than One Piece based on the storytelling. And to me, I think that's a far reach. And the reason why I'm saying it's far reach, let's be real. How many episodes so far they out there for Solo Level?
I don't know.
Let's say under 40 episodes so far, right? Great storytelling, great action, great suspense, everything. Its animation is masterful, right? It's very enjoyable. It's catching. But the One Piece
So far,
storyline
25.
have a much so far 25, right?
As far as I counted, yeah.
But here's the thing: One Piece compare 25 episodes to over 1,100 episodes with a deep level storytelling. If you read the manga of One Piece, the level of storytelling is immense. It is immense. But every character is broken down to detail. You like, wow, there's a backstory for this character, there's a backstory for that character. And the video, it was very unique. One Piece, one of the most unique anime, and I hate to tell you guys, in less than 19 days, One Piece come back on air with new episode coming up soon. They took a hiatus, they took a break. Cause man, that's a milestone. Over 1,000 episodes, 1,100. Come on, you gotta take your hat off to them. You have to. It's legit. And there's another slide after this.
Yeah, so long.
Wally,
Yeah, give him a.
'cause I know everything. I'm giving you guys detail of this anime, so I want you guys to watch it for yourself. Because it kind of like not fair that I know more about the anime than Wally, and Wally haven't got up to that. I watched it from season one, season two, and season three, and I saw a clip of season four, but I don't think I've seen enough. But I'm telling you, the storyline is compelling. Ooh, Wally, no, Eric, you're right. I need to watch that one. I heard Black Lagoon is real good, but I need to watch it before I speak on this. Well, have you watched Black Lagoon?
No, that's why I'm watching it down because I do remember hearing about Black Lagoon.
We're gonna have a no, Eric. We're gonna have a pocket about this show soon. But I heard about it's a very good. I never got a chance to watch it, but I need to watch it before I can just speak upon it.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I would consider me a anime junkie. I watch a lot of anime that came out from the 80s, even from the 70s. and it is mad interesting. Final arc season 4, part 2, episode from 36 to 87. Eren activate the rumbling, using millions of colossal titans to trample the world. Whoa, hold on. That's a broken special ability. You know that? I want you guys to understand this. I mentioned the colossal titan is that huge, gigantic titan. And then an ability called the rumbling that summon millions of colossal titans to trample. You talk about a titan stampede. Imagine having titan that's far taller than the Empire State Building. Rather yet, it's like saying a, a it's not like Pacific Rim, so to speak, but it fought in that type of threat level. If you guys have watched Pacific Rim, the movie when they have the funny about it, the name Yeager, the old robotic light machine was called Yeager. Ain't that ironic? Well, Wally, tell me if I'm wrong with this.
No, I mean I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. This is interesting.
The last name of that guy, Aaron, his name is Yeager. The movie Pacific Rim, they had the machine-like giant called Yeager. Ain't that weird?
Okay.
But but this character turned to a titan. I'm not saying the creator read the manga and got up the idea of naming a robotic machine called Jaeger. Now it would be ironic if we do a research of that movie series and find out that the guy did read the manga for Attack on Titan. That would be crazy. In a nutshell, Black Lagoon is wicked cool on the same caliber of Cowboy Bebop. Hmm. Hmm.
Interesting.
Wale, you think of what I'm thinking?
What do you think?
We might have a show to compare Black Lagoon to Cowboy Bebop one of these days.
Okay, write that down.
According to according to Eric, I'm gonna highlight his comment because he didn't give us an idea. Might got to do later on. That in a nutshell, Black Lagoon is wicked cool, but on the same caliber of Cowboy Bebop. Now everybody knows this Cowboy Bebop is an iconic anime that came out in the 92,000. Am I correct, Wally?
Yeah, around that time frame. I mean, probably more longer than that.
There's an anime version of it, and there's a live action version of it now. It's on Netflix. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Netflix is just constant
I
on
remember
everything.
watching Cowboy Bebop. Yo, you can't sleep on Netflix. I think Netflix is the titan of itself, and all these media companies are trying to attack on the titan, aka Netflix.
Right. So
See that point right there?
yeah. So they originally aired in 98 of Japanese broadcasting, but over here is like '01 when it came out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
See, I was I was on point with that one. And Cowboy Bebop was a very popular anime. It was cool. It was catchy. And according to Eric, Black Lagoon is on par. Same caliber. I said, I'm gonna watch Black Lagoon. I'm gonna rewatch Cowboy Bebop and start taking note and see. You know what? We might have some shows, down the line where we start comparing to any anime with other anime based on comparison. Which one?
did better, which one dropped the ball, why, and so on and so forth. We might have to do that later on.
Okay, we do that,
What do you
then
think?
we would have to do Gungrave versus Trigon. Trigon.
You did it. You didn't have to do that.
I mean, technically, that
Ooh.
we're gonna have to because we already had this already done, and we already know
Uh,
that both the main
we did.
producer produced both of these. So
Ah,
yeah,
yeah, we did talk about that. You did talk about that. Yeah, that would be a massacre. You wrong, Wally. You so well.
I mean, I'm not wrong. I'm just saying we can watch the shows and compare and contrast notes.
I know. As I continue, the alliance is formed. Armin, Mikasa, the protege, Rena, Annie, Jean, and etc. Eren waged war against the world to ensure Indian survival. Hangzhou sacrificed herself to give the alliance time to start Eren. I'm telling you, some people say the final arc was really good, but I can't judge it yet. Are there any more slides after this?
Yeah, there's about three more we got.
Okay, I'm done. This is a good series. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not saying it's bad. It was gruesome, some deep storytelling, some crazy psychotic plot twists. Something was like, I don't know about this. Final chapter, episode 88 to 90. The Alliance confront Eren. Army used diplomacy while Mikasa ultimately killed Eren. Keyword, killed Eren. Ymir foot is free from her suffering and the Titan disappear. The world remained divided, but peace began to emerge. Hmm. So I think that was the ending of the saga, but it was a very. And I think I now understand why they had the part. They were the issue going on with the production company about these animes. From season three, they don't have to give it all on one batch. They break it up to part one, part two. Season four was broken into three different parts. And I believe there was an issue, politically speaking, concerning the production company. I think that we might have a discussion about anime studio and production politics and what they had done to certain franchise that they had amount a huge fan base and they are pissed off or the disappointment of not seeing their beloved anime come back on the air when you know the story is not finished yet. For example, King of High School. Like, how many years do we have to wait before we see another season? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's go to the next slide. Hey, Lady Navarro. Yeah, we trying our best to make this show interesting. This show is very unique. It's different today. Theme and symbolism: freedom versus oppression. Every fight for freedom, but at what cost? Cycle of hate: the war between Eldia and Mali mirrored real world conflict, like Israel and the Palestine. I'm you guys. I'm telling you, you got to watch this anime. You have to watch it. If you watch the anime from start to finish, you got to catch on like, whoa, that is so closely relatable and closely mirror that. Fate versus free will. Are characters truly free or are they controlled by history? Oh, hell no, Eric. No, I'm not doing that. If you were a program director, Titan and Parasite will be another double feature. Add Bloodseed for triple feature. No, I don't know about Titan, but I'm not watching Parasite. I'm sorry. That is beyond dark for me. It's darkly dark with that one. I may do Bloodseed, but not for anybody to understand what I'm talking about. This what Eric said. You would say you have Attack on Titan, you would have Parasite. Parasite is another anime that is beyond dark. I'm sure Wally have seen it. Wally have seen that
Now,
shock.
Parasite, I have seen that. That man, you want to talk about having a quote unquote symbiotic relationship? That took it far.
And if you talk about that show, it'll be all on you.
I ain't gonna lie, because I damn sure watched it. Trust me, that thing was gruesome as it gets.
See,
It was very paranoid. I was
see,
like, ugh.
hey, now you see why I say we should have a female co-host who watch anime like we do on this show. We'll watch a lot of animes, and we can sit down and discuss because this has become a thing that it replaced the brainwashing of dumbed down cesspool called Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Nickelodeon. Dude, they got a bunch of lame ass cartoons. We'll talk that is dumbed down and it's lame. But yeah, want to pass a law to ban anime and manga for the United States. Shoot, I might leave too. I won't go to Japan. I'll go to another place instead. I digress. Got any more slide left?
Yeah, the final one right here.
Whew. Waiting for the slide to show because. Oh, Eric, don't leave us. You are needed here, Eric. Conclusion: Attack on Titan delivered a masterpiece of storytelling, which it did, filled with political intrigue, action, and moral dilemma. Moral dilemma is not even a word for it. I may call it moral contradiction. There wasn't no moral dilemma on this anime franchise. It was conflicting. It was so much contradiction in it. It was like, who is right in it? Who's wrong in this thing? The ending leave a bittersweet but impactful message about humanity and its struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, like I say, the one thing I love about anime is not only have great storytelling, but it also can be heavily impactful in many unique ways, and this is one of them. And we might come back on this show if we ever get anybody who want to speak about it, or they feel like we may have overlooked certain could have talk about this anime. We want you to come and speak your view about this because this anime right here. It is twisted. It is darker than Gungrave. It was highly successful. They made a huge amount of money on the merchandising. There was also one of the most iconic cosplay look on multiple anime con or Comic Con outing. You see a good number of people dressed like the character in the survey group or the survey corp. It was a big deal. It was. It was a very cool anime. It was interesting. Yet it's man, no. The level of politics that was discussed in this anime, it kind of give you a glimpse on how the world really is, how they write their policies, and how they make the decision based on that. But it was gruesome. It was out of control. What do you think, Marley? Even though you only watched the first season of it, What you
Oh
think
no,
about
I
it?
mean this definitely sounds like something that is very questionable. But one thing's for sure, because you know how like we always like to talk about there's always a historical factor to it, right? And this definitely gives back like
Mm-hmm.
the historical the historical stories of there was giants quote unquote back in the good old days, and yeah, so referring back to this and then making a story about it.
Yeah, because here's the thing: to pull this off, for it to be successful, I'm sure it took the writer, the creator, a lot of time to put it together. That was one part. I think the more difficult part was the plot twist. And now, not only you going to implement it, how you execute it. And that is one key factor when it comes to anime and manga. If you don't have great storytelling, if you're not looking to watch anything that have great story, you can watch the dumbed down cartoon in Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, or Nickelodeon or Nick and whatever. You can enjoy Marcus with the dumbed down cartoons while we stuck with our anime. That actually makes sense. And when Eric was snapping, what you may have to do a show on this. That law right there, it rubbed me the wrong way. It really did. And the way Eric spoke about it, like you putting a ban on anime and manga, but you're not banning the perverted cartoon that been watching our kids. Make it make sense. I don't know. What you think, Wally?
I mean, yeah, no, this is gonna be very interesting. Like I said, these are gonna get very interesting down the line.
You know it's interesting. It's just that reading that bill, I'm looking at it like, okay,
Eric,
hold on, hold on,
yes,
hold on.
in that synopsis, yes, I would definitely say, in a sense, yes, science fiction slash horror, yeah.
So any science fiction slash horror anime that have such twists that look kind of perverted, that we will have an issue with. You know what we're hearing?
That's what they're saying.
I know Marcus said I'm long stroking. I'm not long stroking anything, Marcus. I'm sorry. We did we speaking in a language that dumb down folks in America don't like to listen to. So they don't like to read. They like picture books instead. They will use their AI program to cheat in college. 'Cause they don't like taking notes in university no more. They don't like lectures in college. They will go to school, they'll go to college, university, get a bachelor's degree and claim they're highly educated. But can't get a damn job with a degree. I'm saying. And you fail to realize the American educational system is not even in the top 20. Not sure we in the top 30 either to begin with. I digress. I mean, you don't do well in Comic Con or Anime Con. They had a long discussion too about up and coming anime and what they're trying to work on, what kind of storyline twist it would be like. I'm just saying, what you think? Hmm?
Let's say that again, David. I was looking at something else.
Concerning what Mark had said, I'm long stroking. I had to hold that L because we're breaking down this anime, breaking down about the bill that might target anime and manga,
Oh,
so that Marco can have the so that Marco can have the chance to get some beautiful women. Consider all the beautiful women are leaving a Pookieville,
oh Lord.
coming to an Animeville.
What is our final synopsis? I'm not worried about this.
I don't know. It's today is very unique. Well, I'm wondering, what if I do move to Texas? I'm a grown ass man, and I'm watching anime, my favorite anime, and just like the man who got his apartment broken in, and he got deleted in his own apartment by a police officer who went into the wrong apartment. She wasn't her apartment. She thought she was in her own apartment and shot the guy. Right. So you telling me in the comfort of my own home, in my own crib, I'm watching my anime. Tomorrow, police will break into my door. Hey, police, you're under arrest for watching anime that considered to be banned from the state of Texas. How that come about? Wally, someone broke into your home and you're watching Black Clover. I don't want to arrest you for not even watching. You didn't have anything to do with it. Make it make sense.
It's very stupid. But like I said, we're definitely going to keep on track to see what's going to go on with this. Now that this is legitimate,
Mm.
this is definitely going to be an eyesore that's going to be locked in focus and constantly seeing how this develops because this is just buffoonery at the highest tier.
And I'm sure Mark can support the bill.
We're going to be here all day.
I'm just saying. Mark don't seem like an anime fan. He seems like the person who wants to ban anime too.
Lord have mercy.
No worries. You say my woman still work with me. Yeah. Does she look like a woman? I'm not saying.
You know what? Y'all need to go somewhere with that stuff. The cease and desist. I say the cease and
Hey,
desist.
hey, I'm just saying I got the jokes. We in America and this nation like to rewrite the definition of what a woman is.
This guy.
Oh, I always give Wally the mics. You forget how many times Wally went off on these on our show,
At
and
least
I
I'm
was
on
watching the
topic.
whole
God
time.
damn
I'm
it.
not saying what. No, I was on topic too, but you was attacking me. Talking about I'm crossing the line. Oh no, I ain't gonna let you.
Exactly,
But you
because you were
went in.
crossing the line.
You went on demon time,
What demon time are we talking about?
and you say, how in the world this man had to use that damn crystal? He was so much on the crystal, like you end up calling it crystal meth.
Hey, look here, okay?
That was
It's not
worse
my
than what
fault.
I
Again,
did.
unseen and untapped eyes in description. Not my fault. You want to describe it? Hey, look, if you didn't want me to use that, you should have described it well. Not my fault. All right? It ain't my fault when you trying to sit here and tell me you got a crystal that managed to get you in the suit, and then whoop, you go in the suit, be there too long, you start going cuckoo, 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 and then next thing you know, you just start going way haywire. I'm sorry, but let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, it's not my fault. Once you get on a rock and you start using it a couple of times, next thing you know, you go whoop whoop. I'm just saying. I'm just
And
saying.
later on, Marco
By
used it,
blind
and
eyes, by blind eyes, I make my statements.
and guess what? And guess what? Marco used this anime as proof of why we need to ban anime because it allowed the the how you want to call it? I use the whack works. The smuggling of fentanyl that used to make crystal meth that inspired that. No, Marcus, what he do for a living, we're not gonna mention that over here. You mean you think that's ammo? I know you're the demon slayer. Yeah, you're the demon slayer at the border. You captured after all the people who using crystal meth to transform that into something else.
I said one thing one time. He is going to stay right there on the hook, isn't it? Uh, you say one thing, next thing,
Hey,
nothing is on the
hey,
hook.
don't worry. Don't worry. Marcus not gonna team my tribe of people. Because you know what, if you want to team my tribe, he will fall asleep a long time ago. All you hear, and he's asleep. We just drag his ass. We got another one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, look, are we gonna hit the final stuff? Like, just hit the final call.
We there in the final story. On the different end, we have better weapons. Our weapon don't make noise.
Go ahead,
You
man.
won't see it coming. You just see it. Come on, we better hunters.
Lord have mercy. This what you see. This what happens, ladies and gentlemen. There's a little bit too much comedy. Next thing you know, it goes. This will go left, and then the moment you contrive to it, next thing you know,
Hey,
right
hey,
there, it's gonna be
hey,
the hookings. It's gonna be the hookings for a lot of
hey.
shows to come until
We
something
had
else
a
comes through.
we had an audience who trying to make it seem like we are our penny bunch because of a bill being passed to ban anime and manga. It's not like he's in support of that. That's what it sounds like. And what we saying, the anime community go do a drive by and do the dark continent favorite move and remove them.
I don't know nothing about this drive by. I have no idea.
Hey, you know how many anime that done all different type of drive by and we used to laugh what kind of drive by that is? Like, what the hell they doing? And some drive by is comical, like, come on, you really do it properly. Some drive by was like, okay, that's a little overboard, but it's a drive by the drive by.
Oh Lord.
Hey, it is what it is. So what's your final thought on this show since we close to the end of the show tonight? It
Fine.
was a good commentary. We had two topics to talk about because we had the one we did in the beginning about a bill that might ban anime, but they're already banning manga, which I didn't even realize it actually existed. Okay,
So
Marco, what trash anime are you referring to? You talking about? Oh, he's not in support of the bill, but trash anime. You got to speak on that because he don't come out as a die-hard anime fan like we are.
well, to burst your
Am I
bubbles,
wrong,
David.
Wally?
Well, to bust your bubbles, David, he did ask for an anime recommendation earlier, which is why you saw me throw in
Okay, I get it.
you saw me throw in what that particular anime. What it was again? Yeah, hold on. Let me go back. Yeah, Records of Ragnarok. Yeah, there you go.
That one, they're coming up with season three very soon on Netflix.
Yep.
It's very brutal, and I think the storyline is kind of way twisted. Trying to understand is this possible? The whole theme of that anime is the gods versus humanity, and the way that battle was going out, if the god win, humanity is gone. If humanity win, the god back off. Very twisted, but it. it has some severe dark theme in it. I ain't gonna lie. Wally would let you know. It's whew. No, Wally, your own word. Since you recommended,
Oh, well, he asked for survival in some cases. So yeah, I just throw one out there because I know that one's pretty much high out there in the list. So, but keyword, I only put
there's a lot of
one.
survival anime, but
Yeah, because that was only like what one of the survival concepts of anime. Yeah, I only put that one out there.
there's a few other out there. I can't remember right now off the top of my head. Anime, Akame no Kill. That's not survival. That's like a coop. Akame no Kill fall under like a thing you could do like a coop on.
Was this the?
Yeah,
Okay,
power.
no.
Akame no Kill. It's more like
No, because at first I thought it was the other one, but yeah, no, this is different.
no Akame no Kill. It's more like a coop kind of thing. Because they're two different military groups fighting. There's one in power and one trying to be like a liberator of their own people. But they really kind of messed up though. Besides what you gave them, right?
Wait a minute. This was the
Survival,
one with the
survival.
crazy female with the ice powers, right?
Yes,
Oh my goodness!
yes.
Okay, now I remember. Flashbacks, flashbacks,
She's
so much
not. No, she's
flashbacks.
not crazy. She's she's not crazy. She's just psychotic.
Same, no, no difference. Literally, none. Shit.
I think I think that I think
Oh
that the kind
my
of woman
goodness,
Margaret needed in his
flashbacks
life.
already pounding in my head. I can remember the last inning. Literally, her freezing up with the dude. Oh my
I
goodness.
think I think that's the kind of woman Margaret wants in his life. Woman that crazy, that psychotic.
All I had to do is just look at this woman with this blue hair. All I had to do is just that, and I just remember it. Oh my
She
god,
was sick.
and
She was
twisted.
vicious. She was twisted not in the word. She was beyond dark. Akame no Kill is not trash. It was okay. But the problem, let me tell you something. Let me break it down to market. I don't think market understand it. Akame no Kill is one of those anime we will have to talk about, whereby the production company did not follow the cue of the actual manga and try to go left. And they might have to do a put they might have to do a revamp or reproduction of it because Shaman King had that same dilemma that Akame no Kill had. The first time they aired Shaman King a good while back, like a decade or two ago, they didn't follow the manga. They did their own thing, and it didn't do too well.
So much trouble.
It ended up being reproduced,
Oh man, that
and it got better.
damn anime. Oh my goodness. The moment I saw that woman,
Oh,
it
battle shonen trash. I won't. Okay. One day you will bring some hardcore people who will come in and chase market off this network or this show. Like, don't come over here. I don't think I'm telling you right now. If they redo Akame no Kill properly, like the way it's supposed to be, and follow the manga, then you see the depth of it.
I got about to say when you said battle.
This one, though, because remember, we talked about it before how there's some anime production company that they decide to do their own thing and destroy a particular anime. They made it bad. When they had the actual material, they didn't do too well with it. So that would be the thing. So, Wale, what's your final thought on this conversation we had both concerning the bill? and the anime called Attack on Titan. What's your final thought?
All right, so my final thoughts on this is that, like I said before, is definitely a greedy warfare between Titans and humanity. In a lot of senses, if you actually think about it, right, in some small fair grounds, this is like sort of like a David and Goliath warfare in a sense. If you think about it, big giant man versus little man. If you put it, you think about it that way, because it gives you that empowerment. No matter how small you are, you can still knock down that giant and show him you're more dominant force. So it, just a little scenery. You know what I'm saying? A little scenery. But yeah, definitely something you want to check into, because definitely I'm gonna have to take in first season I'm gonna have to take a first season look into it for sure.
Okay. I will say this. I might not get a chance to watch the whole entire Attack on Titan when I get a chance to watch it from beginning to end. So I can probably make real adjustment and suggest about the anime. But I would say it had a great storyline. It had a great storytelling. It's a need to watch anime for sure. As for the bill or the banning of the manga and anime, I find it overreaching. Eric said you need to watch Dot Hack Sign. I was watching that on Cartoon Network. I was following it at one point when they had it on Cartoon Network. But wouldn't be to finish it.
Dot hack song.
Maybe one day I will look up that anime and watch it myself. I heard it was a pretty decent anime, but who knows? And yes, there are some trash anime, and it's only trash for certain reason. Like we did with Gungrave. It wasn't a trash anime. It had a great character, a great storyline, but it was done poorly wrong.
Ghost stories.
That's what it is. But
Interesting.
what do you expect?
Okay, so ghost
But what do
stories,
you
right?
expect to happen, though? You know what I'm saying?
And it's only survived one season. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, the more likely it did suck. I'll check that out.
Well, it's all right. So we already past the 2 hour mark. It's time to head out because someone's got to go to work. Someone got other things to do. We might have to do a show about this bill. Send out the invite to Jedi Mike, Jay Kakati, and other fan lover of anime and manga who want to speak on this because this seems to be reaching. It could be a problem. And let's be real, all the media company that was able to get access to the anime were making a huge killing off it. They're making a lot. When I say they're making a lot of money, they were making a lot of moolah off of these animes. So it became a multi-billion-dollar business for them. So if you ban it, then you hurt. You're reaching these people's pocket. You think about it. But I digress. It is cool, but next week, what's the schedule for the rest of the week, Wally? If you don't mind me asking,
Okay, hold up, ladies and gentlemen. Hold
before we end this.
on. Because I do not have the schedule in front of me. So give me a moment. But yes,
We're
so
waiting for him to get away because we can't end the show without talking about it.
coming up Thursday, we
I
have.
I hope it. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Real quick, coming up
go
Thursday,
ahead.
we have Who Wears the Pants in the Relationship. That's tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, coming
Oh
through.
Lord,
On Saturday, we will be
why?
having What If John Cena Wasn't Around? A World Without the Champ. And then
Oh
next week,
boy,
coming
another
on
argument.
in for our show, we will have Ghost in the Shell exploring human machine connection. So stay tuned for those shows because we will definitely have to do
That
so.
That be a weird, twisted conversation because they have some weird way implication of that conversation, but it's a cool anime. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I am CBN Tech Talk, aka Black David, aka Bear Paw, so to be aka Black Heart. And this is Wale, my intellectual co-host. We will have more upcoming show where we have some nighty discussion. I wish we're going to have an episode talk about that particular bill, and we'll dissect it and see from different angles what it is. And I agree with Eric, it's not going to stick. It better not. Yeah, they should try rock band music or let's leave our stuff alone. On that note, this is the Spartan HQ Network collaborating with TBN Tech Talk, and this is a good night. See you guys tomorrow. All
Peace out,
right,
everybody.
be easy.